Straight ahead on Falcon Weekly.
A softball sweep. UM's first softball team wins their inaugural doubleheader. See how the team celebrated their first 2 wins.
The college night competition is underway, but the Golds and Purples are still preparing for their big sale. Tickets go on sale this week. Find out how you can get yours.
Plus, millions of cars are being recalled for bad airbags. Find out if your car is on the list. Falcon Weekly starts now.
Hello, and welcome to Falcon Weekly. I'm Kirsten Roberts.
And I'm Hannah Bell. Thanks so much for joining us. In campus news, Montevallo's softball team came out swinging for Saturday's inaugural doubleheader.
The Falcons faced West Alabama. UM held the lead for most of the game, but by the bottom of the 7th, the Falcons were down by 1. That's when Sydney Aguilar drove home the game-winning run, giving the Falcons a 6-5 victory. Game 2, the Falcons rallied against the 7th inning, giving them a 9-8 win. The team celebrated by giving Coach Vanover her first ever Gatorade shower. The Falcons will be in Huntsville this weekend for the UAH Chill-Out Tournament. There, they will face Kentucky Wesleyan and Delta State on Friday.
The college night competitions are underway. The Golds beat the Purples in volleyball, and both sides are still working to perfect their plays, which will debut next week. Falcon Weekly's Mary-Kate McCarrick joins us live with details about how you can get tickets to see this year's productions. Mary-Kate?
Productions at the University of Montevallo. Sales dates are February 4th for the Student Government Association, cast, crew, and college night cabinet, and February 5th for UM faculty, staff, and students. A valid UM ID must be presented, and 2 tickets can be purchased per ID for Friday and Saturday night performances. Wednesday and Thursday night shows have no ticket restrictions. Sales to the general public begin Friday, February 6th. Tickets can be purchased at the Student Activity Box Office from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Ticket prices range from $5 to $15 depending on what night you go. For a full rundown of ticket prices, be sure to check out our Facebook page. Search for UM Falcon Weekly. Meanwhile, both sides have been showing their college night spirit. Both sides and both Golds and Purples unveiled their signs outside of Farmer Hall. The signs give a hint about each side's theatrical performance. After the sign raising, both sides headed to Myrick Gym for this year's college night pep rally. At the rally, each side revealed the cast for their shows. Be sure to get your tickets early so you don't miss out on the great college night experience. Reporting for Falcon Weekly, I'm Mary-Kate McCarrick.
In other UM news, the university is now offering tax services to students and members of the Montevallo community. This is the 4th year that these services have been offered, but the University of Montevallo has made some changes to the services. This year's tax services will be provided on campus in Morgan Hall, room 202, starting Saturday, February 7th, and continuing each Saturday until April 11th. Students will be able to help file tax returns from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. An additional date, Wednesday, April 8th, from 4 to 8 p.m. will be available for anyone who needs last-minute help. In national headlines today, President Obama laid out his $4 trillion budget plan for the 2016 fiscal year.
And it will likely be met with strong resistance. Sunlin Serfati has the story from Washington.
Arriving on Capitol Hill today, the budget will most likely be met by a thud. The president's 10-year plan would add nearly $6 trillion to the nation's debt. Rather than balancing the budget, the focus is on fighting income inequality.
I know there are Republicans who disagree with my approach. And I've said this before. If they have other ideas for how we can keep America safe, grow our economy, while helping middle-class families feel some sense of economic security, I welcome their ideas.
The president's proposal calls for $4 trillion in spending, including nearly $500 billion for infrastructure and nearly $300 billion in tax relief for the middle class, amounting to, the White House says, a $600 average tax cut for 44 million households. And it proposes to change the deep cuts known as sequestration from 2013 to increase spending on the military and national defense. To pay for it, the plan would raise taxes on the richest Americans and create new taxes for corporations that store profits overseas, a hard sell to the Republicans.
What I think the president is trying to do here is to, again, exploit envy economics. This top-down redistribution doesn't work.
White House officials acknowledge this is only a starting point for negotiations with Republicans, teeing up a contentious fight ahead. In Washington, I'm Sunlen Serfati.
In national health news, measles is on the rise in the United States. The current U.S. outbreak has spread to 14 states since December. California has about 100 confirmed cases. Over the weekend, hundreds of New Yorkers may have been exposed when a college student with the virus took an Amtrak train through the state. Health experts say that the virus is spreading because parents are not vaccinating their kids because of fears of the vaccine.
We have a very effective measles vaccine. Measles is a highly contagious infection, and for one reason or other, different reasons that parents may give, they're not getting their children vaccinated. What we need to do about it is to try and explain, because I don't think parents are trying to do anything bad. I just think they need to understand.
We've had over 1 billion vaccines given, and the study after study has shown that there are no negative long-term consequences.
The CDC advises parents to have their children vaccinated for measles when they are 1 year old, and a second dose should be administered between the ages of 4 and 6.
Federal officials have announced another massive auto recall. It involves more than 2 million older model vehicles that could have faulty airbags.
Officials says there's a problem with the crash sensors and that can cause airbags to deploy for no reason. This is the second time the vehicles have been recalled for the same problem. If you have an Acura MDX, Dodge Viper, Jeep Grand Cherokee, Honda Accord, Honda Odyssey, Pontiac Vibe, or Toyota Corolla, Matrix, or Avalon made between the years of 2002 and 2004, you should call your dealer.
Super Bowl 49 set new viewing records. A whopping 115 million people tuned in last night to watch the Patriots beat the Seahawks 28-24 in a game that went down to the wire. Super Bowl 49 also broke the record of internet streams of one event. Over 1.3 million viewers streamed the Super Bowl from a computer or mobile device. Super Bowl 49 now holds the title as the most watched TV show in U.S. history. Hear from Tom Brady and Alabama native Malcolm Butler coming up later in sports.
In news from across Alabama, a Lauderdale couple is behind bars under 15 counts of animal cruelty. Police say they found more than 200 live animals in the couple's property. Laura and Pat Sherwood had 150 rabbits, 25 horses, and a dozen other animals cramped in spaces at their home. Police found the remains of several horses.
That's another case of hoarding, and we've seen another one recently, as you know, and it's just another one of those cases that unfortunately they're becoming more and more common.
Connolly says that many of the animals will be able to be rehabilitated.
Shelby County Sheriff's Department arrested a Calera man on sexual abuse charges of a child. David Allen Dunaways was arrested in his home on January 27th. Sexual abuse of a child is a Class B felony. Convicted Dunaway is looking for up to 20 years in prison. His court date is set for Thursday, February 12th at 2 p.m.
The Pelham Police took an icy plunge for the Special Olympics Saturday on the 5th annual Polar Plunge. The event was held on the Oak Mountain State Park beach in Pelham. People and groups from all over Shelby County showed up to participate in the plunge. Groups attended the event, raised almost $22,000 for Special Olympics. Remember, there's more news online 24/7. Just search for the UN Falcon Weekly on Facebook and Twitter to see more stories and news updates throughout the week.
As another round of winter storms hits the Northeast, it's time to check in with Pennsylvania's furriest weatherman,
prognosticator
Punxsutawney Phil. Coming up, see if Phil is predicting a longer winter or an early spring.
Also, Justin Timberlake and wife Jessica Biel are expecting a new superstar addition to their family. See how they broke the news. Those stories and more when Falcon Weekly returns.
Welcome back. In today's entertainment news, the daughter of the late Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina Brown, is now in a medically induced coma.
Saturday morning, Brown's husband and friend found Brown face down in the bathtub in their Roswell, Georgia townhome. They immediately performed CPR. She was transported to North Fulton Hospital, where she is now on a ventilator and is in a medically induced coma. This comes almost 3 years after the death of her mother, Whitney Houston. The family is asking for prayers and privacy at this time.
There's a baby on the way for JT and Jessica. Plus, a Breaking Bad star returns to TV, and we take a look at the winners of the box office. Here's Andy Rose with today's Hollywood Minute.
Justin Timberlake is saying bye, bye, bye to those baby rumors. The former NSYNCer posted a birthday photo to his Instagram account Saturday, announcing he and his wife, actress Jessica Biel, are expecting. JT's post says he's getting the greatest gift ever. The couple doesn't appear to know the sex yet. Timberlake hashtagged boy or girl, and we're taking bets. Breaking Bad star Anna Gunn is headed to CBS. The Emmy winner will shoot a Criminal Minds spin-off pilot with Gary Sinise in February. The two will play FBI agents investigating international cases. The episode will run as part of Criminal Minds' regular season this spring. American Sniper continued its #1 streak at the box office, bringing in almost $32 million. The biopic broke the record for largest unadjusted Super Bowl weekend gross. Children's story Paddington moved up to #2, and the new sci-fi thriller Project Almanac came in at 3rd place, closely trailing Paddington. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Andy Rose.
Turning to health news, many of us probably ate too much while we watched the Super Bowl, but you can get back on your diet, get your diet back on track.
From picking the right fruits and veggies to throwing out expired food, reporter Adam McCoy shows us how we can get our eating back on track with 5 simple steps.
Kick off some new eating habits this spring by evaluating your diet. Try to stick with whole, natural foods as much as possible and limit or eliminate processed foods. Start by checking food labels for the list of ingredients.
To eat clean means to really look at your foods and make sure there's not that many additives to it. So added fat, salt, and sugar are the 3 things that we're looking for. If you can look at the ingredients list and make sure that those types of ingredients are not in there, then you're probably well on your way to having a clean diet.
According to registered dietitian Tamara Melton, there are 5 steps to a better diet. First, check all the expiration dates on foods in your pantry and refrigerator. If it's expired, dump it. Next, look for leaner cuts of meat and fish. Consider canned salmon and tuna. And try hummus, edamame, or nut butters for snacks. These protein sources will help keep muscles strong. Third step, eat fruits and vegetables that are in season to keep your plate full of color. Next, amp up hydration with lots of water. Finally, now is the time to break out the grill. Keep meals simple and grill all your food at the same time. Adam McCoy, CNN.
To see more stories about healthy living, check out the video section on our Facebook page. Just search Falcon Weekly.
Millions of folks in the Northeast are bracing for another blast of winter weather, and that puts a little added pressure on a certain furry weatherman this year. Reporter Polo Sandoval shows us the action in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Well, keep your shovels out. Looks like 6 more weeks of winter.
Perennial prognosticator Punxsutawney Phil proudly produced his prediction this morning. The groundhog saw a shadow, meaning 6 more weeks of winter. Folks watching the event welcomed the news.
I say bring it. I love the snow. It's been so great here in Punxsutawney, and we just love coming to see Phil.
This year, Groundhog Day comes as another wave of wicked weather affects nearly a quarter of the country. Fresh snow is adding to accumulation totals from last week's blizzard in parts of Massachusetts. Flight cancellations are plaguing airports again. Many of the disruptions in and out of Chicago. It was even a snowy lead-up to the big event here in Punxsutawney. But most visitors...
One more time? Yep. Groundhog!
Groundhog! ...don't seem to mind.
This is something I will remember for the rest of my life.
They're people from all over the world.
We're coming from Germany just to see here this beautiful event.
Making the trek to cross another item off their bucket list.
Now it's time for a check of our Montevallo forecast.
Falcon Weekly's Jacob Bopst joins us from outside the Mass Communication Building with a look at this week's weather. Hi, Jacob.
Looks like Punxsutawney Phil wasn't too far off this year. It is a chiller outside the studio. It's only going to get colder as the night goes on. Expect lows around 25 degrees. Tonight, be sure to bundle up, or better yet, don't go outside at all. It is way too cold for anyone to be out here. Now, as the week goes on, expect things to get a little better. Expect highs in the mid-50s and lows in the mid-30s. That's not too much better, but hey, I'll take it. Now, on Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, be sure to pack a raincoat because there's a chance of rain each of those days. Now, if you're thinking, we're not going to be able to go outside, when's the sun going to come out? Saturday is going to be your best bet. It's going to be sunny with a high of 61 and a low of 44. Not a perfect day, but if you want to go to the park in a nice light coat, well, go ahead. It's probably going to be the last nice day we'll have for a while.
For many big businesses, the Super Bowl is all about ads, and this year's crops of commercials got many of us talking.
Reporter Andrew Spencer takes a look at some of those you may have missed.
A few Super Bowl ads touched on a common theme. This Dove commercial in particular focusing on dads and declaring what makes a man stronger is showing that he cares. Automakers touched on fatherhood as well, as with this ad featuring some high-powered Nissans and a sentimental reunion between father and son. BMW reached back to 1994 for a few laughs.
Allison, can you explain what internet is?
So Katie Couric and Bryant Gumbel could tout technology in the company's new all-electric car.
Can you twerk? Maybe.
Fiat went a different route, running an ad featuring a little blue pill and the company's bigger, more powerful crossover.
Ooh.
Things got even sillier from there in Super Bowl spots from Doritos and from Mercedes. Other ads, like this one from Nationwide, relied on a bit of star power to get people's attention. No need to reinvent the wheel in Universal's Super Bowl spots, as it teased ahead to several upcoming movie sequels. Mobile Games had a couple of commercials as well, this one getting the movie treatment from actor Liam Neeson.
I will have my revenge.
The average 30-second spot set companies back $4.5 million this year. Commissioning its own ad during the game and taking on a serious tone, the NFL ran a PSA as part of its No More initiative against domestic violence.
Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
In the shotgun, there's the snap, it's built high. Quick throw, it's intercepted at the goal line. It's intercepted by Malcolm Butler.
Welcome back. Butler is there with a look at this week's sports. That was a look at the play that changed the game and sealed the deal on the Patriots' win in Super Bowl 49. The win was largely because of Patriots rookie and former University of West Alabama player Malcolm Butler. He made the decisive goal line interception with seconds left to play, securing Patriots' 28-24 victory over the Seahawks.
I was thinking pass, and the formation brought back my memory to practice, the way the receivers was aligned, and I got beat on that play by Josh Boyce at practice, and I remember Bill telling me that you gotta make that play, and I knew it was do or die time, and I just went with my instincts and made that play.
He's been doing it to me in practice all season, so it was actually nice to see him pick somebody else off. So I'm so happy for him.
Now turning to UM athletics, the men's basketball team vying for the PBC title as they now lead the conference since their January 31st victory over Armstrong State University. At 11-1 in conference play, the men are poised to finish strong over the course of their final 7 games. They return to action Wednesday, February 4th against Georgia Southwestern at Trustmark Arena. UM's women's soccer team now has a new head coach. The athletic department announced that Robert Lane is the new women's soccer head coach. He is the program's 4th head coach since the program began. Montevallo Athletics recognized some of the greatest Falcons in UM history by giving them a place in the Hall of Fame. The 8 inductees were recognized on January 31st. Marcus Kennedy, Jonathan Maloney, Stacy Balam, Adelaide Jackson, Denise Heisler, Zach Andrews, Josh Johnson, and Erica Harrison make up the largest class of inductees into UM's Hall of Fame.
Thanks, Umar. Finally this week, unleash the adorable. If sports isn't really your thing, we bet you'll still like this game.
Sunday night, Team Ruff took the Team Fluff and Animals Planet's Puppy Super Bowl 11. Teams of puppies played and fought over toys in what we're pretty sure you can call the cutest game on football ever to be seen. That's all the time we have for this week's show. Thank you so much for joining us.
For more UM news, be sure to check out the Falcon News Network blog. The web address is on your screen. We'll see you again next week.